Feeling stuck in life? Discover the inspiring Bible story of Tobit and how Archangel Raphael's message can transform your faith. A tale of resilience, divine intervention, and unexpected miracles. Watch now and be encouraged. Ever. Feel like life just keeps throwing problems your way? Like no matter how hard you try, things just won't go right? Maybe you're working hard, staying positive, doing everything by the book, yet life keeps handing you lemons and you're out of sugar to make lemonade. Sound familiar? Well, if you've ever felt this way, then you're in good company. Let me introduce you to Tobit. This guy had every reason to throw in the towel. He was a good man, faithful, kind, and always helping others. He followed God's ways even when no one else did. While other people were looking out for themselves, Tobit was out there risking his life to bury the dead, which, believe it or not, was illegal at the time. Imagine doing something selfless only for it to backfire in the worst way. Well, that's exactly what happened to Tobit. Just when he thought life couldn't get any worse, bam, he goes blind. Not in a dramatic accident, not in battle, not even from old age. A bird pooped in his eyes. Yep, you heard that right. One minute he's just minding his business, the next he's in complete darkness. Talk about bad luck. Now let's be real, if something like that happened to us, we'd probably feel defeated, maybe even angry. And Tobit? Oh, he was definitely feeling it. He got so discouraged that he prayed for God to just take him. He was done, finished. He couldn't see, he had no money. And on top of that, his wife had to work to support them, which, let's just say, led to some serious tension in the household. But here's the thing, God wasn't done with Tobit yet, and he's not done with you either. The answer was already on the way. While Tobit was sitting in despair, feeling forgotten, God had already set a plan in motion. Far away in another city, there was a young woman named Sarah who was dealing with her own mess. She had been married 7 times, yes, 7, but every single husband died on their wedding night. And no, they weren't just mysteriously dropping dead. There was a demon involved. You think your love life has problems? Imagine trying to explain that situation to your parents. Like Tobit, Sarah felt hopeless. She prayed for God to take her, too. But here's where it gets good. God wasn't sending one solution. He was about to fix 2 lives with one plan. Enter Raphael. No, not the Ninja Turtle, the Archangel Raphael, whose very name means God heals. But here's the twist. When he shows up, he doesn't come down from heaven with flashing lights and angelic choirs. Nope. He disguises himself as an ordinary traveler and joins Tobit's son, Tobias, on a mission. Tobias had been sent on a journey to collect some money his father had left with a friend in another city. And guess what? That city just so happened to be where Sarah lived. Coincidence? Not a chance. God was orchestrating something incredible. Lessons from Tobias's journey. So Tobias, guided by Raphael, who, remember, is just playing the part of a regular guy, sets off on this journey. Along the way, something totally bizarre happens. While bathing in the Tigris River, a giant fish attacks him. Now, most of us would probably just run for our lives, but Raphael tells Tobias, "Hey, grab that fish. You're going to need it." Wait, what? Yes, the fish. You see, sometimes what looks like an attack is actually part of your breakthrough. The very thing Tobias thought was dangerous, this huge, scary fish, ended up being the key to his future miracle. Raphael tells Tobias to keep certain parts of the fish because, spoiler alert, they're going to drive out the demon haunting Sarah and heal Tobit's blindness. But Tobias doesn't know this yet. All he knows is that he's carrying around a bunch of smelly fish organs, trusting that it will all make sense later. Sometimes God gives us things that seem strange in the moment, but they're preparing us for something bigger, facing fear and taking action. When Tobias finally arrives in Sarah's city, Raphael encourages him to step up and ask for her hand in marriage. And Tobias is like, you do know about the whole demon killing every husband thing, right? But Raphael reassures him, telling him exactly what to do: light a fire, burn part of the fish, and pray. Now let's pause for a second. Imagine being Tobias in that moment. You've heard the horror stories. 7 husbands, 7. But here's the key: he trusted and took action. He didn't let fear stop him from stepping into the blessing that was waiting for him. And guess what? It worked. The demon fled, and for the first time, Sarah was free. That same night, while everyone else was doubting, Tobias and Sarah prayed together and put their faith in God, and instead of another tragedy, their marriage became a testament to God's power. The final miracle, Tobit's sight restored. So Tobias and Sarah make their way back home. But remember Tobit, he's still blind, still waiting, still in darkness. When they arrive, Tobias finally gets to use the second part of the fish. He places the fish's gall on his father's eyes, and just like that, his sight is restored. The first thing he sees, his son standing in front of him, bringing home not only wealth, but also a beautiful, faithful wife. Imagine the joy, the relief, the overwhelming realization that everything had a purpose all along. And here's the best part. Raphael finally reveals who he really is. All this time, he wasn't just some random travel companion. He was an angel sent by God, working behind the scenes. And Tobit, he had no idea. The takeaway: keep the faith even when you can't see the way. So what does this mean for you? Maybe you feel like Tobit, faithful but struggling. Maybe you relate to Sarah, trapped in a cycle of hopelessness. Or maybe you're like Tobias, on a journey, unsure of where it's leading. Wherever you are, remember this: just because you don't see the answer doesn't mean it's not coming. God is always working behind the scenes. That giant fish moment, the struggle you're facing now, it might actually be the key to your breakthrough. When fear tells you to stop, take action anyway. The blessing is waiting on the other side of faith. And most importantly, trust that God is guiding you even when it doesn't feel like it. Tobit thought his life was over, but his greatest miracle was just around the corner. Yours might be too, so don't give up. You never know when your Raphael is already walking beside you.